Good morning, good evening, good afternoon. It's Edward back at you with yet another stream on this fine Tuesday evening. And in the sporting world doesn't stop. You obviously had the Olympics now firmly in the rearview mirror. The NFL Combine is round the corner. We have Champions League, the second leg playoffs going on tonight. Amongst all the other chaos. And as we all do, or as I normally do, did a bit of a article mass click, and I'm going to react to some of them. Actually, as I mentioned, with the NFL Combine on the horizon, that normally brings a plethora of stories and rumours and all that kind of thing. Actually, this one particularly caught my eye of the trade chatter surrounding CJ Stroud. And as much as I very much be of the opinion there is absolutely no genuine base to this whatsoever, as I think it's very much sort of wishful thinking and hope more than anything. But when I look at CJ Stroud, he's very much on the receiving end of a front office that's made a royal pig's ear. Say royal pig's ear. Let's stick with pig's ear. Get rid of the royal. It's made a pig's ear of building around him. I mean, if you want to see how a front office should the right word? Close to. I'll say should build around their franchise QB after a good first season. You only need to look at the Bears as an example of trading and signing everyone they possibly could. And look where that got them. And as much as, well, of course, I'm not naive in the respect of he didn't play great. He didn't play great, but you can't. I even remember when they traded one of their linemen to the Eagles for a safety, and I'm going, irrespective, even if you're trading away a lineman, which is baffling for one. Well, generally baffling. But I won't even say how much he played for the Eagles. I'd be interested. But it's they've just made a proper meal out of building around the franchise QB, and as much as the NFL likes to push the narrative of give him weapons, give him weapons, give him weapons, the best weapon a QB can have is his O-line. I think that's, most people would say, well, that's obvious. But the anointing of a QB, I think, are very much in the sort of a quick judgment society, and can't be quick to anoint a QB. And also, by the same extension, you have to keep building around him as if he's sort of semi a rookie, and hope the Bears don't follow the Houston's mistake and double down and make sure that Caleb's staying upright, and that's their priority. But I mean, I don't even blame teams from spotting that and seeing where things are. I mean, I'd be interested to see, or to hear rather, what he genuinely thinks about the situation. Maybe we'll save that for his autobiography, but yeah, it's I don't like it, and that's coming from someone that's a Jags fan, and yeah, I think it built around him sort of in a sort of very naive way, but there we go. For once, actually, a Cleveland Browns rumor that actually makes a fair bit of sense, in the respect of, because of the cap situation in Cleveland, specifically the cap situation in Cleveland with the Deshaun Watson contract continually on their books, you're going to have to get creative and counteract that by a above average quantity of players on their rookie deals to account for that massive liability, and doubling down on the trading back in the same way they traded back with Jacksonville for the Travis Hunter trade. Something like this is incredibly sensible. But having said that, I think very much we sort of overblow the value, the possibility of overestimate how easy it is to trade down. I think very much everyone sort of goes, "Oh, trade down would be great," but yeah, it's a nice idea in principle, and I think most people will always be open to trading down, but I suppose by extension, very few are desperate enough to trade up. I think over time, more often than not, trading up is never the odds are never in your favour if you choose to do that. And you move on to sort of a Kirk Cousins, and the whole Kirk Cousins in Atlanta thing, it just... Not the fact that I feel bad for him. I mean, he's got paid enormously, but when you get sold a certain vision and the front office completely go back on that, wouldn't help feeling aggrieved with sort of 2 years of my career down the sink, for lack of a better term. And Minnesota Vikings, irrespective of the why, I'd still don't completely buy it, as this article sort of highlights. It's, even though his years have been injury riddled, trading for Minnesota is not going to Minnesota. say doesn't really achieve anything long term. Miami, they're not trading Tua, so I don't really see that as a viable possibility. Unless you're going in a sort of a bargain bucket type deal with a longer term thing, but I think that's more wishful thinking. The Jets, obviously, there was that. I remember seeing that video of when he was looking between, I think, the Vikings first time around. So the Vikings decided the big deal. It was the Vikings and the Jets, and I think that actually be incredibly sensible of the Jets. Just the perfect person to be the seat filler, the franchise rebuilder while they invest elsewhere. Arizona Cardinals, same as Miami. I doubt both Arizona and Miami will find any takers for their QB because I think most teams will be put off by the personality orange flags to the point where, and as a result, not trade for their contract, point blank. Pittsburgh. I don't know. They're in a strange predicament with obviously Mike Tomlin leaving and as this article puts, if he retires then it makes sense, but if he doesn't then yeah. Now this annoyed me because I don't this is sort of returning to we reacted to the number 6 article, but this one's as you can tell from my silence, I don't see, obviously this article could be overblowing the due diligence aspect, but when you use 2 picks on QBs, one was a 3rd rounder for a backup, which is confusing to say in a sentence, and then a 5th rounder on Shador, who's projected to go in the 1st. I fail to see the point, and while many will point to competition is great and all those kinds of things, if this were to transpire, it reeks of trying to spreading your eggs across all the baskets to the point where then every basket doesn't have the resources in order to be able to succeed. So all of them just don't pan out. That kind of principle. And if I was in the Cleveland front office, and I think most of us would be better in the Cleveland front office than what's currently there. But that being said, irrespective if you truly 100% believe in him, I say even that, I think he's earned another year without Kevin Stefanski there to show what he can, and because I think there are enough shoots personality-wise to say this is someone with someone with a mentality that you can work with. Now, as I think about it, of course, you've got the new head coach coming in. I didn't select him, so therefore I'm not going to be truly invested in it. So then, let's pan this forward. You draft someone in the top 3 rounds, let's say for the sake of argument. and then the owner has enough of Andrew Berry, a new GM comes in 27. That person in question goes, I didn't draft a new QB. So then at that particular point, you then got... I just think the most sensible approach that the Cleveland can do is just go give it Shador another season, then know within no reasonable doubt as to whether he is or isn't the guy. And by the same extension, prove that by seeing what you can get for a Dylan Gabriel. I mean, very little, I'd imagine, would be me being realistic. And as I sort of mentioned earlier, sort of going back to Tua, where will Tua play in 26? I can answer that question. He will play in Miami. Because you look at, well, as I said, I would be increasingly, if I wanted a QB and was looking at what the market presented me, I would be concerned by comments such as a trade would be dope, implying that he doesn't really have much emotional intelligence and all those kinds of things. Building to a bigger sort of personality orange flag as to whether he's got the sort of the intangibles you'd want out of your franchise centerpiece. To the point where they're not going to release him because of the contract they gave out. And therefore, as a result of what I just mentioned, any form of retaining salary is not worth it in the end. So, it's that whole thing of, with the draft combine coming around, people will overinflate the arm strength and all the skills you see at the combine. But in truth, what's between the ears is what you really need to assess. And to sort of personifies that. Rather than, yeah. I'm surprised, actually, that Detroit have always been good at proactively paying their players. I'm surprised they haven't paid Jahmyr Gibbs yet. I mean, you see the running back position. Is CMC the highest paid or no? Running back. Saquon. How old is he? Does it say? That's a point. And to that point of Detroit's always been good, as this article also mentions, at paying proactively. It makes sense to pay proactively because it could inadvertently save you a couple of $100,000 per year, and keep doing that. That's what helps you. That's a contributing factor to salary cap health more than anything. A lot of these you can sort of go, fair enough. But it's the one at the very bottom that catches my eye, and obviously it's Jackson Smith and Jigba with his sort of outlandish blunt comments that he'd like to be the highest paid receiver. And as much as you can understand that with sort of with how this season has gone for him, when you look at the thing that he's gonna, well, he may not get what he exactly wishes for, because with this season being his sort of breakout season, he hasn't got the years of constant top production to merit resetting the market past Jamar. So if I was not necessarily what I initially said, if I was his agent, I would be pushing for the sort of a 38, 39 type, with a view at settling at sort of a 37. I mean, it's yeah, if he had 2 extra years of this kind of production, then exceeding Jamar Chase is sort of the where you'd be looking at. But when you consider the context behind this contract was they promised him he'd be the highest paid non-QB, then Cleveland did what they did with Myles Garrett. But yeah, I think he will struggle. He may not be able to reset the market as he hoped because he hasn't got the years of top production to the point where then that I believe that will drag him down into this band of receivers currently making between 32 and 35. So my prediction, he'll end up sort of in the 36 to 37 range. That'd be my semi-uneducated opinion. But yeah, then coming closer to home, it was the report that came out initially in The Guardian of Tottenham owners planning to rip up the wage structure. It's become more popularised with Ange's appearance at the overlap, besides what we already know. And when I'm reading this sort of article, I'm thinking, as much as it may be, they say sort of music to the ears, we're playing out proportion because of where they are in the table, but it'd be a nice thing to see it before I believe it. But timing is also a thing. Point being, if you want to break the wage structure, the point at which you do it is when you've got Champions League after winning the Europa. Because now we're going, right, okay, maybe Tottenham may be, quote unquote, a bigger club than most, but for a club that won't have European football, not in the best position roster squad-wise, you're then going to be competing with a Villa or I'm trying to think of who else they'd be competing with. Let's go Premier League. Let's go table. Like, I'd say a Newcastle, but do you know what I mean? It's all very well and good saying we'll happily rip up the wage structure, but ripping up the wage structure for what caliber, for the type of player you can attract, not having European football and where you finish in the table. That's not even to mention the coach they do or do not select. I mean, it's point being a summer too late, and now even though you may be choosing to rip up the wage structure, you probably won't be able to attract the type of player that in reality you want. So this story is kind of null and void for a couple of seasons. But and then the final article free. Load up the ARC Raiders, and I'll probably do that now actually. Is actually what this article sort of refers to with United beating Everton 1-0 yesterday. It only added fuel to the narrative behind Michael Carrick, and rather than saying whether they should or shouldn't at this particular point, all I will say is this is trending the exact same way as how it trended for Ole. I mean, I vividly remember when Man United beat PSG in the Champions League. Actually, you had pundits coming out the wazoo, getting him signed the dotted line. We were quick to throw him under the bus when it sort of turned sour, but that's the only thing I'll say. As much as he's done really well, that is obviously relative to it going abnormally badly, so anything's going to look good from that standpoint. And hopefully they don't get too caught up in the results and focus more on the sort of the intangible side of what type of leader he is or isn't, which will ultimately be a more sustainable way of a way more likely to get the results you want. Now I'll close that. And pleasingly, the celebration of show what comes to an end. What you can carry with the rest of your year is decided. That's very nice. Right, projects. Ew, what is this? I don't need any of them. What is so all this is for a backpack charm then? And that's the droid we're after, surveyor vaults. Okay, whoop-de-doo in the nicest possible way. Let's go back. Oh, did I just custom? I want to go back to the. What face is my original face? Was it? No. No. Wasn't that one. Is it that one? I think it was that one. No. 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 I think it was that one. This is arguing over nothing. Let's do that. So we've got the patina. That's all good. Yeah, and then can easily go to that if I particularly want to. So this one was so I got 10 loot thingy-mabobbers. Yeah, it's all good. I wonder if Celeste is still doing the.
Raider, good to see you.
Limited stock.
I hear the sound of rumbling stuff. You've really been on top of gathering seeds for us. Appreciate it. I know you're here for the reward, but
Essentially what I'm doing is covering the eventuality of going on a vast range of deaths, and I need to keep going after patinas. Well, you know what I mean. So the question is, do I do that for... Have I got a key for Blue Gate? 'Tis the question. Blue Gate. Residential. So no. Damn. Yeah, let's do damn then. Let's try and get up that thingy. End in 11. Okay. Cool. Hello, Maximus. I'm going to call you Max. Just the only Maximus I will happily call Maximus is Russell Crowe for whatever his name for Gladiator. How's it going? Are you here to sell me stuff? Hasn't come through the follow, but How are you? How's your day been? Wherever you are in the world. Where is it? Yeah, yeah, to which question? Yeah, your day's been good, or yeah, you are to... Yes, you are here to sell me stuff. Oh, survey vault! His arse is in the air. That's very good. I do. Not logged into it right now because I'd never felt the need to be logged in, but I do. Is it art by any chance? I mean, yeah, I'm sure you're art, or is it art, Max? You're wanting me to peruse? I presume it is. But just yeah, I'm at that stage in my streaming, not say career, where it's sort of a hobby, and I'm just trying to keep not practicing, but get more comfortable and all those kind of things to the point where, irrespective of how good the art is or isn't, that's not going to attract a new viewer compared to good content at this point in time, and that's where my goal is focused on. I mean, I'm sure there'll be a point where I'll get in contact with a Twitch-related artist like yourselves, and exactly like try and soup up my overlays and banners and all that type of stuff. But I'm wells away from that. I mean, yeah, it's nothing against any people that come through. It's just I'm realist in terms of where I am in terms of streaming. How long have you been doing it for? Just you can answer that, or if you know you're not going to get any business. Interested? I'll be honest, not particularly, not because of anything towards you or anything like that. It's just me getting more comfortable at streaming that's what's gonna help me the most at this particular stage. Jesus, that scared the bejesus out of me. I can imagine. Do you need any heals for that? Do you need any bandages or anything if you did fall down? Cool. No worries. But yeah, going back to it, Max. Am I interested? Meh. Because it's not got nothing to do with you or anyone else. I'm realistic in terms of what I need to work on, and my banners and all those type of things are as much as I could do with some work. Rather put my resources in terms of getting better as a streamer. Pardon? Okay. Right, so because you're more likely to get you. Yeah, I used up all my bullets, then this little thing. Okay, so yeah, I'm all good. I'm trying to get rid of this particular guy, but he's... Is he on the roof? Fireball. Da, na, 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 na. So I can then move. So this is what I really wanted. So let's move. Let's say that. Actually, that's not. Let's do that. Swap. Do another one of them because they're easy to just top up. Let's get them up as well. Just check there's nothing up here. And hopefully by which particular point... Perfect. So then let's do what I normally do and close that. So I have it all to myself. Ooh. Let's grab that. I don't need the baton just yet. Do I need any of them? Might as well have and not use. Let's go left. Oh, what are you? This is bandages and all that kind of thing, isn't it? Tagging grenade. Oh, it's war. Nice. One seed. About to give my seed to Celeste, but that's something completely different. Herbal bandage. A blueprint would be lovely. Nope. Hello. Be good. Brigade. And So I went left, so I'm going to go down here and see if there's anything. Heavy gun parts. Okay, what can I... Exclusive. Is that that? No, it's the putty. It's that. Okay. Augmented slots. What's that for utility? I don't understand, but hey ho. Ooh. Right, so let's drop that. Can I pick you up now? Bird Chiquita. Obviously, this is a purple key card. Haven't really found anything to warrant, say it's, we call it great value, but you never know what may be around the corner. I'm just trying to be forensic and sensible about it. Anything? Have I got them as well? Not really. Do 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 do. Ooh, nice. Hello.
Oh, hello. I'm sorry, I just... Okay.
Nah, nah, you're all good. Do you need anything? Surprised he didn't just nab me, and we'll be honest, but there we go. Is that just a situation of someone seeing someone that's used a key card and then just move off? But if he was meaner for a... I don't need one seed, I'd rather just... Hello. Yeah.
I have a question.
Mm-hmm.
I got mission to loot in some place, like medicine place, maybe hospital or what, in this map. I don't know where I should go.
I have. So the only place medical that I can think of is the testing annex, but I'm not sure if that qualifies. That'd be the only
Oh, okay.
medical
Okay,
place,
sorry.
but
You need arpeggio?
nah, I'm all good.
I don't need it. Okay, take it if you want.
No, you're good. See you. Anything here? No. I'm gonna be honest. That was a bit of a dead. What's it called? A bit of a dead. Not worth the purple key card it required. Is that still there? I just go for it. Even. Cool, that could have gone either way. That was perilous. Right. But yeah, going back to that Man United stuff, I mean, of course, Michael Carrick has done tremendously well. But this is exactly how...
Hi, Ron.
Welcome back.
Yeah, I see a map. Maybe it's this building.
Okay.
I need
Nice.
illustration, yeah.
But yeah, on the Michael Carrick stuff, I mean, the way these first couple of games have gone for him is exactly how it went for Ole. And, I mean, I've got, I hope that Michael Carrick has a long, prosperous managerial career. It'd be great if it was Man United, but following this narrative through is dangerous. I say dangerously close. You're running the risk of not learning from your first mistake, and if it goes how I think it could go, then right. So I need, because you're up there, so I have to. In reality, best option would be just to take this guy out, reload. Nice. But yeah, this patina really oh hello. Right. Beyond the Michael Carrick, as a sort of saying, it's I hope he has a what is that? Oh! Is that what I needed? Is that the Firebolt thing, or is that something completely different? Ooh, that's the thing I haven't got. Have it. Bonjour! Gracias. Meow. Nice. So I need to repair that. I need to do a lot of stuff. Right. Okay, so let's repair this while I remember. Repair. Repair again? Yeah, why not? Advanced mechanical components. Right. Can I buy you... Actually, let's not. Let's... Advanced mechanical. UA. Advanced electrical, advanced mechanical. Right, okay, so let's get you up. I believe I had 3, so let's make 7 of you. So that's all topped up. Or it should be, anyway. Okay, okay. Okay, so let's drop. Oh, that's nice. It shows what it recycles into. That great news for the parish. Perfect. Sell. Da, 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 da. Do 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 do. Right. None of you stack, so that's great. Okay. Renegade. What do you recycle into? Oh, so I could flat pack it. Or because I have a Vendetta 2 and a Vendetta 3, that has nothing on it, so I can, in theory, recycle into... I'm going to do that. Even though, so I'm going to go, why are you doing that? I genuinely not that fast. Because I'm not going to... But 2 Berletta 3s. I can sell you, because I'm very... If I ever get round to using you, I can just make more. Okay, so... I'd rather just flat pack it, so I still got that. Trailblazer. Might as well just recycle. The only grenade I'm fond of is those ones, just because of the... I've never... Is that a new arc? It must be. Oh, that's why I can't recycle it. Key. So let's... Sell. Let's input that to there. Okay. Let's sell some of these. Need it for the Bettina. Let me make another one. Let's send to stash. Let's send then. Okay. What have I got a lot of? I got a lot of them. So let's sell you. Sell you. Sell you. Arg. Yeah. What is using up all my loot space? I'm tempted just to sell one. Or just flat pack it, but... Let's sell. So let's go to the one of my renegades, this one. And let's... It's about irrespective of how much for... That's enough because that's more of a slower fire rate. And this one's a bit of a loot goblin, so... That to there. Any of these Buried city, surveillance dam, surveillance dam. Let's do that and do the other one that name escapes me. I've never seen them before. Cool. I am muy contento. Right, let's play that. Should I wait? Not really. Might as well wait a bit, no? Don't really see the merit in them. Jesus, what? Right. Let's go Hokies. So let's actually go to this. Let's do that. Let's get rid of them. Spurs. Break. Can I do anything here? No, I can't. Surveyor Vault! Let's go! God, you can see all its kids. Wow! Right, I need to take you out. Probably. Hello, Poppy. What are you? I've never seen you before. Arse beam. Let's do another one of them. Let's get you out ready for the next one. Hello. Hello. Can you hear me? I'm in California. You can handle him. Or her. Or nice. Be very careful. There it is. There you are. Oh, I can use my grenades. Good thing. So that, I want to swap you to there, and then I can at least throw 3 grenades on it if I get close enough. You're way over there, so you're not a concern to me. Come on. There you are. I'm keeping eyes on. Oh, the bullet off, that's good. Nice. Right, so the grenade, the thingy is in, hopefully in here. Nope. You're not gonna, where is the... Where did the thing go? The actual main bit of it. That's no fair. Does it go over here? Literally the main bit and where I actually want the surveyor vault to be. It's not where it died. There you are. Jesus wept. I really thought you done me out here, but... Game. But, it goes to show. Keep at it and all that. But yeah, on the Michael Carrick thing, I mean... As much... I hope he has a long, prosperous career. Hello! But yeah. On the Michael Carrick thing, the only thing I will say, and I'm not going to get into whether he should or shouldn't get the job, is this story is trending the exact same way as it did when Ollie was caretaker. And, it is... it's not dangerous is the wrong choice of term, but you're going down a very real path of not actually learning from your mistakes, and you can't have that. I mean, this particular, or Ineos have very much not made the same mistake in appointing another full-time manager mid-season. Hence, we're in this particular situation in the first place, but... Man United are in the very real situation. They could end up not learning from their mistakes, and you can't really have that. You can say you can't have that. It's incredibly dangerous to do that. Why ultimately I don't think he'll end up getting the job, because I think Ineos will be incredibly spooked out by not making the same mistake and not in giving the interim or caretaker or whatever you want to call him the job. Will it not go well when he becomes a full-time manager, like they did, like what United did with Ole? Plain and simple. Nice. So let's unload. Skip. In reality, I could inventory. Let's repair. Cool. Actually, that grenade worked pretty well. Worked really well, in fact. So let's keep that spot open. And so I got 5 of them still. Actually, I can free up another spot by go there, projects, commit to there. Okay, that's all good. Well, actually, what I could do if I'm going to be playing any sort of thing, I could get a silent. No, one of them has it. Actually, it's my pistol that's got a silencer on. I can repurpose it. That's a good idea. This one. Let's do that. Center stash. Actually, center stash. Cool. I can get you out the that. So man, let's do that. Actually, let's swap you around. So I'd rather keep you. Let's go straight back in. Let's not F around. just in case I need to do anything. No, you don't. At this particular stage, it doesn't look like there is a surveyor vault in the vicinidades, because I haven't seen an arse beam yet. But we live in hope. Ooh, what's that? Are you a thing? No. I want to jump up to here. Oh, it is a thing! Go me! Ah, we move. I have yet to see signs of a surveyor vault, but there we go. But yeah, going back to Man United, with the way the Michael Carrick narrative is going, Man United run the very real risk of repeating the same mistake they did with Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, and why I ultimately think that Ineos won't make him the full-time manager, head coach, whatever, because of not making the same mistake again. In the same respect that they didn't appoint a full-time manager, they didn't appoint a full-time coach to replace Amarim, so I don't think they'll make the same mistake in making a caretaker interim coach the full-timer when one thing leads to another, ultimately. Because I've yet to see any signs that there is a surveyor vault, I'm going to do a quick reset and hope that I don't, once I grab this, yeah, it's 1, 2, what did I drop? Mark Singularity, I'll take that. But yeah, it's, as much as I'd love Michael Carrick, I think this isn't me. So let's push that and let's get out of here, out of the pouring rain. We're firmly in the surveyor vault mode. But yeah, it's anything. No. Anyone in my proximity? No. Let's go. Nothing really, not a special run, but as I said, I'm in very much in the let's go hard for the surveyor vaults and then regroup. We can top up our seed as well. Cool. Do I need a radar hatch? I don't particularly think I need a radar hatch key, because then I can add. No, I want workshop. I want explosive station. I want this one. I want to make another one of them, because it seems that 4 is the lovely number for this particular type of grenade. Okay. And cool. 552. That's all good. Go straight back in for another run. That doesn't look like good lighting. What is it with the rain? Yet to see any signs of a surveyor vault. But yeah, in terms of Man United and Michael Carrick is trending in the exact same situation as it did with Ole, as it did in Ole. And let's start that again. Oh, 1 second. Surveyor vault over there. Swap you for you. You for you. Can I get my grenades off? That's what works. You after the surveyor?
Yeah.
Let's go.
Farming six scanners. I can let you get the other one, the next one. No worries. Be careful with your observer.
Yes, that's the annoying one. I am in the pickle of all pickles. Right, let's go in the middle. Right, so I can't go there. So I now need to... Let's go there. That guy is incredibly annoying. Come back. Right. Got to. Now I lost that pissing surveyor belt and that guy's music's doing my head in. Oh, it's there. There you are. No. Can I pick you up? Follow. Got 2 things on it. Can I not get up here? Ah, this is really annoying. So I can't change out of it. Right. Waiting for my slow ass to get up. Let's go up there. Jesus, this is annoying. Did I get it? Yes, I did. No, it's over here. It's going to be the thing. And this is what I was missing last time. It's what you call hook, line, and sinker, I believe the term is. Ooh, 2! I expect them to be 2. Do I hear 3? I'll do. Right. So got what I wanted, so where do I go? Got that which is right there, and I don't particularly want to go that way. So I could make a beeline over this direction. Hello, Puppet. But yeah, on Man United and Michael Carrick, this is trending on Man United and Michael Carrick. This is trending in the exact same way as it did with Ole when he was caretaker. While I have absolutely nothing about Michael getting the job full time, I can see Ineos taking the approach of not making the same mistake twice, in the same way they didn't hire a full-time manager when they sacked Ruben Amorim. Plain and simple. I don't think Ineos... With the fact that Michael Carrick is trending in the exact same way as it did with Ole when he was caretaker about him becoming the full-time manager, I can see a scenario where Ineos choose not to go with Michael full-time because of the not wanting to make the same mistake twice. Well, do you know what I mean? It's the there is a third side. Cool. Hello? Can you hear me? I'm in California dreaming of who we used to be. Let's take you out, Sunshine. Hello from the outside. Everybody was kung fu fighting. Da 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 da. There's always something that someone's always looted, which is strange. Chemicals. But as much as I'd love an English coach, especially Michael Carrick, to get the full-time job, I can see a scenario where Ineos choose not to give him the full... I can see a very realistic situation where they choose to not go with Michael full-time under the guise of not making the same mistake twice, in the same respect they didn't go with a full-time manager after they sacked Ruben Amorim. Plain and simple. Nice. Nice, radar, that. What was it I was going for again? I can't remember. I believe it was trying to get to 15, so I'd rather stamina regenerate faster, so we'll go with that. So it's workshop. No, let's loot. So my loot is already chocker again. So let's and dun, 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 dun. Perfect. No. So art motion core. There's one of them I'm probably there it is. So let's sell these, I think, 'cause I don't need the arc alloy, so let's sell that. And let's sell that. Let's get rid of that and let's get rid of that. Let's throw you actually. Let's semi get rid of you by using 2 of you up for there. Let's sell that. Stay. And then that'll then clear up a bit. No. We've still got a space. Let's go down to the bottom. That's all good. Don't particularly need you. I know what else I can do. Fabric is boosting up nicely. I've got a nice little stock reserve of them. I can sell you. I've got a nice reserve of you. Let's sell 3 stacks of these. Actually, let's sell 4. You're an easy finder. Then I can get rid of 2 on the stack. Not traders. Radar, projects, trophy system. That one. Commit to resource. Okay, play. Actually, it's not. Phonetic or whatever you want to cloak. Where do you want to see where you are? So where's this cloak thing? You're not there. You're not going to be there. No. You're not there. Or there. Or there. So because I've never found you, so I can get rid of these cloak things. Let's get rid of... Whoops. I can recycle maybe? No, let's sell you. Sell you rather. Why not? Cool. And I know what I'll do. Let's go to workshops, explosive station. 1, 2, 3, 4. And we go 1 and 2. Okay. Cool. Last game for me. Actually feel pretty good. Really good, in fact. Perfect. I can see clearly now. The rain has gone. But yeah, when it comes to Michael Carrick, again, as much as I'd love a homegrown manager to get a job, especially the Man United job, I can see a situation where Ineos choose to not go with him full time because of fearing not making the same mistake twice. In the same respect of they didn't make the mistake of appointing a full-time manager when they choose to sack Ruben Amorim. I can see them doing something similar. It's that's what I could. I've never seen that type of arc, and I see it a couple of times in 3 games. Let's go up there. I'll leave that guy alone. My God, that matriarch moves fast. I swear they've got a little bit weaker. But yeah, on Michael Carrick, I can see a very realistic situation where Ineos decide to not give Michael the full-time job because of fearing they make the same mistake as what the club has done in the past and give the interim caretaker job, give the caretaker or interim manager the full-time job. In the same respect, they chose not to go for a full-time manager. They chose not to appoint a full-time manager to replace Ruben Amorim, so I can see them taking taking the same approach, which is sad in a way, but I'd say understandable in the other. And on the Spurs, and on the reports that Spurs, that if they survive relegation, no worries, you're all good wherever you are. Oh, you're there. With the reports that Spurs are happy to abandon their wage structure if they don't get relegated, to me this is kind of a sort of a mute and void point, because you're a year too late, and with where Spurs are likely to finish this season, you haven't got the pool of Champions League football to. Yeah, you haven't got the pool of Champions League football, so it's kind of how do I put it? Abandoning that wage structure and attracting the talent that wants to play Champions League football is one thing, but if you're paying above the odds for players that are yeah, it's Can I breach that? Probably have to go round. But yeah, I mean, it's I'll get you. I mean, it's and let's get you for the final act. Yeah, but yeah, the reports that the Guardian released that Spurs are willing to upheave their wage structure if they survive relegation is kind of a mute and void point, because it's essentially a year too late. Because if this was a year sort of back, if we go back to the future style and say this is a year ago, they've just won the Europa League, they're about to get Champions League, let's abandon our wage structure with a view of staying in that sort of spot, that's one thing. But now we're happy to abandon our wage structure whilst we rebuild from 16th. It's a very different position, and as much as it's nice to hear and see those kinds of reports, you're a year too late, and as a result you're at least a couple of years from being able to leverage that situation further. I mean, if you're a big signing that's got a club like Tottenham, and then any club in, whether it be Aston Villa, Chelsea, Man United, Arsenal or Man City, you're not going to go to Tottenham. Plain and simple. I mean, it's point being, Tottenham have missed their boat. And as much as these kind of reports of abandoning their wage structure are nice, it's a year too late, and as a result, it's yeah, you're all good. You're ready to evac, yeah. But yeah, that's the thing. It's they're essentially a year too late, plain and simple, and that's cost them dearly. It really has. Cred limit, cool. So let's spend my cred. Okay. Inventory space is a bit of a pain. Right, so let's do that. So what I'll do, let's do 1, 2, 3. Put you back. Put you there. Center stash. Put you there. Put you there. Put you there. Let's grab put you there, put you there, put you there, there. And then let's go down to here where these are going to be. Right, so I can sell you. You're a kind of mute and void point. Okay. But yeah, I'm going to log off. I'm very tired. I'll be live at 7 p.m. on Thursday. I will see you then. Have a great evening, afternoon, or morning, wherever you are. Good night.